Let's do the same order.
On week 4, Galatians 4. Uh, for me, faith not works because I don't want to rely uh, on the lesson that we don't have to rely on works now because Jesus already made a way for us to be with God, and by we are loved because of His promise, not through works. Yeah, that's my thing.
For me, for that week is that the result of trusting God. Um, it is not so much feeling like I deserve salvation. That's not the goal. Like to feel that, but is experiencing freedom. That is not from relying on the works of the law. You know, the trust in works and trust in the work in the law. Sorry, trust in works and trust in the law, and it brings freedom, and it's not so much the feeling like, oh, I made it and I earned it and this is what I have coming for me because I'm so good, but the opposite. So yeah, that's for me what's good.
I love chapter 5. It has like some deep things, the fruits of the spirit, and so much for us to meditate. But chapter 6 is a very practical chapter, but it doesn't mean that it's not for meditating. And as I was reading, this always strikes me that on verse 2 it says, bear one another's burdens. And then in verse 4 says, test his own work because each will have to bear his own load. So on one says, bear one another's loads, and on the other one says, each one will have to bear their own loads. And it sounds contradictory or paradoxical, but it is just, if you meditate on that, I know there is more, but to me, was thinking, I am not to blame others for my load. I am to care for that, not expect people to fix or be responsible for my growth and my walk, but I am to look out for others and see how I can encourage, exhort, build up other people. So I think it's practical, but there's a lot to meditate, and that's what I've been meditating this week.
I'll be speaking from Galatians 5 to as well, 13 to 15, where Paul said, you were called to freedom. Only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for flesh, but through love serve one another. You know how the Bible says we have grace, and through that grace there's freedom as well. But do we sin because we have freedom? Because we can always come back and say, oh God, please forgive me, or stray away from the gospel just because we have freedom. Our freedom is given to us by grace, and grace is not, and real freedom is to use it to love one another and to serve one another. Thank you.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. That's it.